Well, midnight headlight, blindly on a rainy night, steep grade up ahead, slow me down, I'm making no time. I gotta keep on rolling. Those are windshield wipers slapping out the tempo, breaking from the rhythm with the song on the radio. I gotta keep on rolling. Ooh, I'm driving my life away. Looking for a better way for me.
Hey, what's up, Bud Soda?
Hey, what's up, Bud Soda? What's up, Brian? And what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Last Mile. It's a good thing Bud Soda showed up because otherwise we're going to be talking about a town we don't know anything about. It was even my picture.
Sorry. It was taking like forever to load.
But yeah, today I want to talk about the differences between like a Curri, and I'm gonna just try and do one by one comparisons because as I'm bringing on these apps, I just brought Roadie back into my rotation. I kind of try, like I was telling Brian before we came on, I'm trying to figure out when the right times are to try and grab something, but they just look as awful as they were when I was on it before. And I know Brian, Brian just shocked me before we came on because he's probably got more roadies than anybody I know. He's sitting around 16,000. So you've been
1,600, not 16,000.
Oh, 1,600. Same thing, man. 1,600 roadies is a lot. But you've still seen it all. You remember when it was you were probably doing it before it was UPS owned.
Yep.
And so you saw what I remember when I first onboarded to Roadie was then too. And it was a different app altogether. Yeah, it's almost like watching if Uber bought Curri, what they'd do to it in a day.
Yeah, the race to the bottom.
It's like that's how I viewed it because it's like and that's why I stopped using it because once UPS bought it, I had faith in it for a minute. Like, man, this UPS, this might do okay. Let's see, and then it just turned it into like crap. And now I'm back on it, because I'm trying to compare all these last miles. So I will be taking some, but like some of the things I want to start with here because Brian and I were talking about them. For anybody watching that wants to see some of these are weird, man. Like these are Best Buy offers, you guys, that are
Usually pretty bad.
Well, so it's $59 for 8 deliveries, 78 miles, and it's going to take me 3 hours according to the Roadie app. I mean, to me this is I'm gonna be honest, guys. This is a joke. This is a joke. I'd rather panhandle.
At that point, you are.
I mean, seriously, if I'm gonna look, especially around the city, I can see this map. I know that map. If I'm going to have to do that route over 3 hours down through Lone Tree and Elbert and all that stuff, and it's going to be 78 city miles, it's going to eat all my gas. I mean, they're going to eat like a half a tank of gas. Mm-hmm. It's going to, I don't really understand what you're taking anyway, because some of these I've seen are TVs or whatever, and then some say medium. And here's one of my big problems with Roadie, and Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it's been fixed, I don't know, but Roadie never did a thing where it's like this fits in your car. That's on you. Like it's on you to go, yeah, I can take a 400-inch plasma TV.
Yeah, it should fit.
Right, but I don't even know that that's the case. Yeah. I think they show me everything, and if I take it, I'm just stupid.
Like,
well,
they gave me
the
dimensions of an actual swing, like if it was out of the box. In the box with all the foam and everything, it was like an extra 5 or 6 inches, and it just barely didn't fit. It's like, are you kidding me? I took it for that reason because I knew it fit.
Yeah, I don't get. I mean, I've seen things that I've seen orders that say large, and when I look at what it is, it wouldn't fit in my SUV. Just by the dimensions, I've seen dimension wise where I'm like, that ain't gonna fit.
You've got a roof.
Yeah, but man, You know what I mean? Like, dude, I got a yak rack up there and stuff for camping and my snowboard. I'm not going to throw a dresser up there for $8 and wreck all my gear and stuff and my roof and my car. Like, dude, Roadie, what up, Roadie? Come on, man. You know what fits. You know, just how, I
No.
mean,
Actually, they don't, because they've had a lot where I've shown up and the dimensions are totally wrong because they had to make up what the item was to get it to even ship out. And
you would
like,
think these
they'll
Best Buy
put in-
ones would be spot on, dude, because they
they'll
know
put in for the Home Depot.
exactly.
You're
Yeah.
picking up a screw and you'll go there and it's like 8 pieces of wood and plywood. And it's like we had to make up a generic item order number just to ship it out.
Yeah.
So not all the time are they right on what the dimensions are, what the items are. The only way to know 100% is if you're in good with a store. Like my Home Depots, I can call them up and call the front desk and say, hey, here's a partial order number. Can you look it up and tell me what this item is? And if you even have this order in the system, is it a real order? Because if it looks too good to be true on Roadie, it is.
I guess I don't get that either. So, like, what I can go create? I mean, clearly I could. I can go create a Roadie account, make an order, and just not fulfill it. Like, how is Roadie not following up with me and saying, "Yo, why aren't you pulled the trigger on this? Where's the item? What's going on?"
I've had it where the customer has picked it up themselves, but it stays in Roadie's system for a couple days.
Yeah.
To a couple weeks. Like the one I said that return for a Tractor Supply, it was there for almost 2 months.
Wow.
Every day it would come out 10 after 9 and it would be there till 10 after 7 at night.
I mean, do you think that Roadie just isn't cleaning the app up, or do you think that this thing was really sitting there that long? Or do you think that like somehow there was a glitch and it got put back in when you finally took?
So
I don't know. I'm just.
I'll tell you one thing. I know for a fact the customer canceled an order of pellets because the first driver who did take it refused to unload it himself. And like my buddy who has a big truck, he has a diesel, tried to get it. He's like, "Oh, the customer had canceled," and that order sat on the screen every day and jacked up to almost $100 every day for 2.5 weeks after that. And mind you, it didn't get taken until the second day that was on there.
This kind of stuff doesn't even make sense. Then why are people even using the damn app? Use Freight or Drop Off or Curri or you can be a customer on those too, and we get it done in a minute. Like Curri would not handle like being done for the day and having a hotshot order sitting in the queue.
Yeah, the problem in my market is Roadie is the only thing. If not, they're dispatching through DoorDash or Instacart.
Yeah, I mean, I see Roadie doing other stuff though too. Like, I mean, I've been seeing Walmarts, and I've been seeing ones that look like shop and delivers, but then I've been seeing other ones that are like TVs, and I'm like, dude, what is going on here? FTD floor. I was talking to Brian. FTD florals big in the morning, huge. Like, I can turn it on at like 7 a.m. Look at the Roadie app, and there's flower deliveries everywhere. Everywhere.
I mean, that it can be good if you know how to stack them. Like, I know.
Yeah, but dude, okay, let's look at more. 10 deliveries from Best Buy. Yeah, $37. Why not? Hey, let's break my back. Let's trash my car. How long is that going to take?
The lowest
2 hours, 38 minutes.
Philly,
yeah, that sounds fun. 3 hours to make $37. Yeah. Okay, minus the expensive. So I'm making less than Instacart in this crappy market. For Instacart, I'm going to make less than Instacart doing this.
Yeah, the worst order I saw while I was in Philly was a $30 change, 6 drops. 4 of them went to South Philly for Best Buy. And I was like, you'd be all day. You had to pay parking. Come on, get out of here.
I mean, this one right here. So like this one, the dollar amount looks higher to you guys, but like I'm looking at you guys and seeing something that you probably don't, because if you don't live here in Denver, is that, yeah, a lot of those miles are in the city, first of all. So that sucks. It says 3 hours, but I guarantee you it's not going to be 3 hours, because where it says, I can't see where it says end, That's in Idaho Springs. That's halfway to Summit County in the mountains. So your last delivery on that route is going to be like 45 to 50 minutes, depending on time of day, going uphill, burning all your gas to get to that last delivery. I mean, I do so much last mile courier through Curri and other ones that I know what I'm looking for. None of this is what I'm looking for.
So the
Like
only
this.
thing I can
This
think
sucks.
of is why you'd want to take that is if you got a DoorDash, Uber, or Spark that sells big, giant batch orders that you have a lot of time to do. And then you could grab that and do that along the way with it and just grab an extra $30 since you're out there anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. These Best Buy ones are just killing me, dude. This one, 9 deliveries, $43. Seriously? I mean, come on, guys.
Best Buys are the worst. They are the worst.
I mean, I avoid Best Buy with any kind of contact, but it's like, dude, this is just awful. Best Buy routes, this is horrible.
Those and the medication routes. The medication routes now are horrible. They used to be
here's the single tire, $11. Some people, again, I think we were talking about it beforehand, but some people might think this is a good order. 32 minutes, 9 miles. Oh, that's not much. I'll do that tire. You guys, there's a lot more that comes to these tires. When you go to a discount tire, good luck just walking in and getting service right away. Even if there's nobody in there, it's going to take a minute. But dude, if there's 2 people in line in front of you, it's not a quick moving system. They're dealing with a complete sale to somebody. And you can't just go, hey, I'm with Roadie. They'll be like, yeah, we don't care.
I do. I've gotten my tires like that because I'm like, hey, I'm here for a pickup now.
Yeah. See, I was going to say, like,
quick.
I might kind of just turn the corner and not go to the desk and go into the bay.
Yeah.
And just say, hey, man, I'm picking up a Roadie. I don't want to deal with this crap.
Yep. I do that with Curry's too. I'll walk in and a couple of the places they're like, hey, it's the Curry guy. And I'm like, I don't know if I should be scared that you recognize me that easily or not. But I mean,
I think that it's just, I think have you ever been behind somebody when you're doing Curri and like they're not doing Curri, but you're at the desk and you're waiting and they're not finding it and the people are going nuts. Like even the person picking up sitting on the stool like they have there and he's just waiting, like, do your job. And the people doing the job are like, who sent it? Where is it? When you go up with Curri, they love it because I feel like the Curries are usually like either right there or they know about them. And they're like, oh, Curri? Oh, thank God. Yeah, it's right here, man.
Paperwork's right over here. And they go over to the fax machine and grab it and sign here. And what bay do I go to? You're going over to siding 2 doors down. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Beacon Roofing.
Exactly. It's like they love it. They're like, oh, you're with the organized company. Oh, thank God.
Thank you. Thank you.
But okay, so here's a Home Depot. Why would I do this? And this one isn't even that bad. Like, I mean, like I know the area. This wouldn't be bad traffic. I could do this pretty quick, but why am I going to do this? Why am I going to go deal with Home Depot for $11?
If you had another Home Depot, I'd do that. I'll pick up, like, there'll be a $50 one and a $12 one, and I'll pick them both up because why not get 60 instead of just a 50?
But what happens if you put your bid in for? But what happens if they both come up and you put your bid in for both and you only get one?
Then I throw if I get the $11, I throw it back.
Okay. Is there again? It's been a while for me. Is there no harm, no foul if you give it up?
Oh, there is. They say you'll get your chances reduced at getting future gigs and stuff, and I'm like, okay. I don't even have a guaranteed chance I'm going to get them now, so I'm going to have less of a chance now. Okay, I'll gamble.
Yeah, I will tell you something about Best Buy. The one time I saw a really good order, it was $33 going 3.5 miles across the city. They wouldn't approve me because I didn't have enough gigs under my belt yet. I had maybe 5 at the time. This was last year. I didn't really start doing roadie hardcore till this year.
Yeah. I mean, again, and also, maybe Watertown is easier to get around. Denver's not so easy to get around. I'm sure Pittsburgh isn't either.
I am down in the town right now, and I just went to the worst part of the city, and I luckily got through there pretty quick. I've been to South Philly, and it's Denver or Pittsburgh or anything like that. No.
So is this person? Are they wanting to pay me $10 to drive 20 miles? And it says 37 minutes. Again, I'm looking at the route. I know that route. There's no way that's 37 minutes. That's a 45-minute route always, maybe an hour. And so they want to pay me $10.53 to take a pair of Ray-Bans to somebody?
Yep.
I think
Stack it with a boot barn.
some of the best I saw in Albany that were pretty good and easy were there was this like punk cake shop that's on Roadie. They're also on DoorDash, but like they were on Roadie and they all paid like 12 to 25 each. The 25s, you know, they go some miles, but if you're already heading that way, just snag it, you know. And it was pretty good money. So like what I typically see in my market is not like stupid amazing money. The best money I made in my market, which was Messina, not Watertown, which is way north of here, was probably Home Depot. I went around one day. I had to cancel the 3 best ones, which were all 80 plus, because the customer either picked them up for 2 of them and the other one canceled because they got sick of waiting for it. I guess it was like the 4th day it was up. Like I don't always pay attention to them because I'm not up there much, but I saw it had like 7. You know, it'll come up a little bubble. It'll say how many deliveries at that one spot. So I went over there and tried it, and then another order came in later, but it like wanted to be a ghost, quote unquote, order. But I had him look up the number. Like, yeah, we have the order. Had to make 3 attempts to contact support. No one actually ever answered me, and the 3rd support agent like forced me on it. So I got it. It was $60, so I was happy. But dang, I don't know why they let that app be like that and how long it's been around. You think that app would be a lot more clean, you know? It's better than DoorDash, I'll say that, like as far as functionality. But like, you think a last mile app like that would be a lot more clean.
Oh yeah, dude, this is awful. I'm on a lot. Brian is too. I'm on a lot of last mile apps, and this is just. I mean, it's clean. It's a clean look, but you know, for some reason, I think I'm misreading all the pay. It's all really low.
It looks clean, but the descriptions are bad.
Like,
and then
is this one? Yeah. Okay. So here's a prescription. I mean,
on its own, no, but there's probably 3 others.
No, there wasn't. This I know what you're talking about. That it says 1 of 5 of 6. Mm-hmm. This one was just 1 of 1. They want me to just go get this. No thanks.
Wow, yours is 7. Ours is normally for a single. It's 8.
Yeah, Philly was like that. There'd be like 6, 8, 10, and if there was only 4, there'd be like another drugstore down the block that another script was at. You could just grab them all. That's what I saw people doing. I saw people grabbing them, and I didn't do them, but maybe I should have. Maybe I would have kept busier, but I'm not all about that because of the liability and the risk. Brian, if you are, that's you. But me, I'm not.
I've done medication runs on Curri when they paid decent enough, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to try and stack 8 of them like I used to.
You mean Roadie?
Yeah. Well, the medication runs on Roadie.
Yeah.
Because I could work my way down from Monroeville all the way through the Mon Valley, picking up here. And now, because there's like 9 million drivers, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, Giggin says he's in a Minneapolis area. He says a lot of prescriptions I see are like 100 miles.
I say my market is not that busy. And now a lot more people pay attention to the app, especially because a lot of drivers got purged in my area from DoorDash. So just grabbing anything is actually quite difficult, much less getting it to boost. So you better have a strategy around it. The only ones that will sit is a lot of people can't get on Fourth Drum. So anything going to Fourth Drum might sit. But Best Buys, they just don't boost anymore. I saw one sit there all day the other day. It was $8 to go 13 miles on the post. That's about how far the store is away from the military base, and it literally like sat there for 3 days until someone finally took it. Must be they got. Did
you say 13 miles on a boat?
No, to the military base. The base. The post.
He said to the
like-
base.
Base.
like-
Post. Sorry.
I was like, what, on some
military
island they
lingo
want to pay
because
you $8 to go drop a script on an island with your you know how much
Row.
boat gas costs?
Row,
I've
row,
seen that. I've
row.
seen screenshots of that crap where you have to take a ferry. And here's $8. Roadie and Curri are the two have to do that crap. But yeah.
I just wait till the water freezes, then just take a sled over. Mush dogs, mush.
Jesus, man.
Nah,
I
I'm thinking the
mean-
brap kind. Brap.
So here's Gary chiming in as always about because Gary doesn't see anything in wherever he has two houses. He's in his Oklahoma one right now. Like, bro, it's Oklahoma.
I see some stuff in Oklahoma, but it's all spread out and like
What are you expecting?
you'd have to be in very specific areas for it to work. And then what's out there? DoorDash? Maybe Instacart? I don't even see how their orders get taken. It must get taken by people on they have Roadie along with job boards and stuff. They're taking that crap along their way.
Yeah, I mean, again, guys, the offers. I mean, these. I'm not picking the bad ones. These were. No joke. I took about 30 screenshots this morning. These were the best ones. Like, this is. I mean, to me, I'm like, okay, I'll take something just because I'm going to go through the experience because it's been a while. I haven't done a Roadie in forever. In fact, I contacted Bud Soda last week because I was like, dude, I haven't logged in so long. They have me. I'm not deactivated, but I was blocked, so I had to go jump all these hoops because I was like, well, how do you call support? He's like, I don't know.
Good luck.
I literally don't know the number, and I don't even bother because calling support for that app is such a giant headache.
Yeah, but it's worth it to record it for the content.
Oh yeah.
It's if they even answer though. I've tried calling them and it's rang for 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, when Gary's out here this summer, he's gonna be out here for a bit. I'll take him. We'll go on some curries, and he can explain to me why they're not good paying.
I don't know.
Because out here they're great.
I could deal with support not responding to me, like at least their chat support. They sometimes just don't even respond at all, but they'll take care of your problem right away. They just won't respond to you. They must be doing so many other tickets at once or whatever.
Like this now I'm moving to Curri. So this one today, I mean, I'm just going to show a little difference here. So this is what I did today. I'll do these all day, man. I hate Roadie. And again, this isn't my favorite order in the world. This isn't my favorite curry. This isn't what you'd call a banger, but it's a good one. It's a solid one.
That looks exactly like a Roadie Home Depot at 5:20 in the morning.
Okay, so there's a time when they're okay.
5:20 in the morning and 9:20 in the morning is when the Home Depots drop, and those normally the 5:20 is when you'll see the higher paying ones. That's when the bigger orders go out because that's typically when they send out their construction stuff and the bigger stuff. That's when it goes out before more customers are in the store, because at 9 o'clock, that's when there's 9 million people in there and it could take you forever to get an order out of there. But 5:20, 9:20, that's when you check Roadie. Well, it actually starts populating at 5:21, 5:22, and then 9:21, 9:22. But at 9:20, start looking. That's when. Yeah.
I mean, I just got Chris from the Rideshare Guy, Real Rideshare Stories, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
He had been on the Roadie or he had been on the Curri waiting list for 16 months.
Ooh.
And so I was like, I had to tell Alice, hey man, I know that I know you're not doing a lot of this onboarding of people in the chats and stuff anymore, but Chris with the Rideshare Guy, he should be on. He's got an SUV, he can be doing this stuff in Buffalo. And she brought him on, and he saw an order like this, something like this anyway, and he sent it to me, and he's like, dude, I couldn't have taken this. How many? I mean, I can't take 35-gallon buckets. I was like, bro, I'm like, this is gonna okay, let's do the math. This is what, 240 pounds. That's going to be about 4 buckets, 4 or 5 gallon buckets.
Yeah.
Maybe 5, but doubt it. But
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I'm just
all
saying,
the
like, don't let this stuff throw you off, guys. When you see 30 items weighing 8 pounds each, that could also just be like 3 buckets, because because they're talking, it throws you off a bit because they're talking about the colors they use to make that color. And I think that's where people get confused, is that when they, why does paint pay so much? Well, because they have a specific system at Sherwin-Williams where they can mix 17 paint colors together to make the one you want. And they actually have the mixology and everything ready to do it. And that's why it gets distributed from these centers, because it has to be an exact color match. I mean, they're very, very precise. And it's not like at Home Depot where they're, they got the shakers and they're just kind of like mixing it together for you on like that low grade scale. This is commercial grade stuff. So it's not like it seems. You're not taking it. In no case would this ever be 30 items. Unless it said like 60 items, 1 pound each, then you might be picking up a bunch of rolls of tape and crap like that. But usually this is just paint. All put together. But yeah, so there was this. This one went to Boulder. And again, guys, transparency. I don't know, Brian, you've seen the new interface for Curri, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like when you pull up the requests, here it is, and it's it's telling you you're 23 minutes away. Pickup time is now, but that doesn't matter. If you get it, you get it. And then it's just one stop, meaning that's not a multi. If it's multi, it'll say 2 or more, but it doesn't even need to say 1. It should just say single or maybe something, I don't know. But here it is. I mean, 12 items, 40 pounds each. 480 pounds. I'm happy to do that. I do 600-700 pounds of paint, no brain, as long as the amount is about that to $100.
Mm-hmm.
Then, or 100 plus, depending on distance, then I'm willing to do whatever the amount of weight is. I don't care. Because again, man, I'd rather do this than take $2 DoorDashes.
Yeah.
All day.
I mean, well, going back to Roadie, my best Roadie around here was $38 it was paying me. And then it was 10 bag potting soil, 25 pound piece. So 250 pound bag potting soil. They said, oh, it won't fit in the car, I'm like, yeah, well. I'm like, and it fit perfect. I had room to spare. And then they're like, oh, well, and then the guy tipped me $20 cash on top.
I just have a feeling that's rare. I have a feeling if I start grabbing some of these roadies, I don't think I'll even be mad. I feel like I'll just be like, it'll verify what I'm thinking. These are crap, man. And maybe I'm like, okay, maybe it'll go faster than I think. And I just feel like, no, it won't. And I'm going to get it. And it's going to take what I think it's going to take. And it's just going to be annoying for little amounts of money.
You got to pre-schedule on Curri and you're going that direction, just grab it because you're going that direction. Or if you're on your way back, so you don't dead empty, deadhead. That's, dead miles your enemy. Just grab something, it's $20 for 30 miles. Well, it's better than having nothing coming back because you just drive the 30 miles dead. So, right. It makes it more profitable on top of what you already made on Curri. So that's the way I look at this app. It's Roadie. That's how I look at it. I look at it as a stacking, or it helps me recover my losses or no dead miles kind of thing.
But Bud Soda, you stack everything, bro.
Yeah. I just got an Uber, but I can't stack like I used to. I did 4 orders at once for the first time in over 3 months. Last night. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's how long it's been.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. The other thing I would say about your city is that maybe, again, I think Brian and I face a lot of the similar challenges getting around our cities. Maybe your city's a lot quicker, just haul ass around.
It's a city of 40,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I grew up around here, so I was already somewhat familiar. And as I've delivered more and more, I know all the intricacies and stuff. And Google Maps usually suggests 3 different routes around here, to where it might suggest 2 for you guys.
No, dude,
Yeah,
I can
once
get
the highway
like
wants to the city,
they can't
you
fit
know.
enough routes. They pick like the best 3, and they're like, which ones of these do you want? Man, 'cause, there's just so much
Yeah, yeah.
construction and traffic that it could change
That's the
daily.
thing. It's like if I hit a snag, I can go down a side street, it reroutes me, but I know I'm heading in that general direction anyway because there's so many little offshoots. Because Arsenal Street is basically Main Street because it's commerce. And it's Commerce Street in Watertown for the city. And you can cut so many ways off of it. It's not got being heading up toward Fort Drum right now. So, you know, you got to make what you can of it. And
Oh,
run
and
right
to
in front,
Holly
buddy. That's
MK
fun.
in the chat, my dog so could pull a sled.
For 12
Yeah,
miles
right now,
across the river, across the lake.
If I put a piece of bacon in front of him, his chunky butt would do it.
Oh my god.
if you guys can see that, my roadie map's flat empty. There ain't nothing on it.
Well, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. The only thing that might be on there is straggler prescriptions and
Yeah, we don't
Garbage
have
can.
strip drops in this area.
I mean, I got some. I'm not like as fluent as I am with Curry, so I don't know what I'm looking at. I need to touch them to find out. But you guys probably know from just looking, like, oh, that's gonna be it. I mean, not for Denver, but for your area.
yeah. In my
If I start touching
know.
these, like you say, it would be prescriptions. Okay, I got 2 different Home Depots from the same one. One's $8, one's 10. So even if I stack them, that's not worth it. And that and that location's way far from me too.
Yeah, we don't get the traditional drops like everywhere else does. Like, yeah, I noticed that in Philly that things drop at certain times. Like, there's a twice a day script drop. The first one's a lot bigger, the second one's a little smaller, and then the Home Depots drop like right before open. And here the Home Depots don't drop here for the Messina store until after they've been open for a couple hours, like at 10 or 11 in the morning. I've seen them pop up randomly. It's usually around 10, but sometimes they're a little later. And this Home Depot here in the city so rarely gets orders. I saw one and someone snagged it right away. Like, I put in on it. I saw it come up. I put in on it. Someone already beat me. Like,
so this is normal. I know this one actually isn't as long. However, they do kind of have the time more closely because even though it's 7 miles, it would take about 30 to 35 minutes. But $9, that's normal. Because to me, that's crap. This is crap.
Yep, that's normal.
Okay, that's crap.
That's normal.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, like, all the other last mile apps are just, if this is really the case, I'll do some because I want to see. I don't know. And maybe I'll do some of the floral ones in the morning because those looked, even like you were saying, Brian, about how like the batches come out for Home Depot and they're a little better. Those looked even better. Like if you're willing to be, because I'm out early, you know.
And you could possibly get cash tips on those as well because they're normally going to a person.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, and I know how to work a tip, so I know how to stand there until they do it with my hand out.
Hey, do you need my cash app?
How about something for the effort there, punk?
No. I will say this: if you haven't worked service industry, guys, you know subtle ways to kind of intimidate people. And okay, here's $3. Here's
like holding your hand
whatever,
out.
You know? A lot of times it'll be a $5. That's all they got. It's all the small bill they have. They'd be like, yeah, $5 tip, great on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've done enough service industry work where I just give people like a eye or something if and they would know. I'd be like, really? I hooked you up for an hour and a half, bro. Get out of here. Like,
I took your flowers to your girl, man. I made sure they looked good. The bouquet, no petals came off. I even put some fresh water in it.
I have a delivery for you for a dozen roses. You gonna tip me? Yeah, I'll tip you. Okay, let me go get the other 3. You were only gonna get 9.
Well, I could take back on Walmart orders. I didn't have a single person tip bait me on Walmart orders, so that was nice.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try some of these.
crap.
I have noticed. One thing I have seen for sure, because Jimmy from Para and I were doing a test too. That, yeah, even Denver, like right now, dude, they got crazy routes. Like there's some really messed up, like this one, going down right now. You can see it, and then off the screen.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, look at this, dude. That's awful. That's a Best Buy route. I mean, that's almost to Colorado Springs.
And I'm sure there's another Best Buy somewhere closer to that location that has that item that they got from that store.
Yeah, but you're doing 8 deliveries.
Yeah. Well, it's so they can pay you less. That's why they.
I mean, Best Buy has, and 10. I think all the same ones are still in the Best Buy queue as they were an hour and a half ago.
Like Spark.
Is that people not? Is that people not taking them?
Best Buy is DoorDash's Dash Pass. We're going to stack all these orders.
But here's what I'm getting at, Brian. Like you were saying, like, yes, they're going to put you through the round robin once you even say you're interested. It's not necessarily yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, yeah, you want it, but you don't get it. Now let's see if you get it. Why are these here 2 hours later?
Because nobody wants them.
So if I did this wouldn't go to, they would just say, you got it.
More than likely.
Yeah. Okay. So there are times it's immediately like, you got it.
And like on Curri, if someone else claims the delivery, you can see, somebody claimed it or is interested in it. On Roadie, you can't see if somebody else put an offer in on that order. It's just you're hoping you're the only one that offered.
Yeah, like I said, yeah.
But so there's 6 of them leaving here. And if I do the totals on all 6 orders, they're all 7 to 10 deliveries. 40, 43, so we're 80, 85, let's call it. 51, so we're at 135. 61, so we're at 196.
The only
37 and so it looks like if I did all 6 of these that I could make about $230, but I'd be going just crazy miles. Yeah. But I mean, would I be able to grab all these?
Possibly, but it would all depend on where all the routes went. If it kind of routed together, even if it was a stupid, it doesn't make any sense route, but as long as it kind of went along a route, you have a greater chance of getting it than if one went here and one went way over here and another one went way up here. And if it didn't make any kind of logistical sense, you wouldn't get some of them. But you'd get a lot of them that would not make sense if you didn't get all of them.
Wow. I mean, so once you if I took all these, I mean, I'd be delivering till tomorrow morning.
Home Depot limited me to 3 at a time. I was trying to take all 7 at once because I know the exact route, and it actually would have made sense because the first 2 deliveries are direct south, then northwest, and then a little bit southwest, and they were all going, and it made. So I don't understand why they only gave me 3 at a time. I had to go back to the store twice.
Wait, what's
from what store?
Oh, I meant Roadie. My bad.
Home Depot.
Was it? It was Home Depot. 3 at a time. Wow, I've gotten like 6 or 7. But they were 3 from this store, 2 from this store, 1 from this store, and 1 from this store.
I mean, it seems like they wouldn't let you take it because all these are 3-hour routes for horrible pay. So, I mean, like if I were to stack 3 of them, that's 9 hours. I mean, that means that right now it's 140 here. I'm pretty sure people don't want their TV at 10:40 at night.
Like, there's 2 Home Depots in King of Prussia. Oh, you'd be surprised what you deliver that late.
I'm not even sure if they give it to you based on that time, because a lot of times they won't give it to you if it'll take you past when if you'd have to return it to the store. The store's closed. So
there we go.
What do you do then?
Nova just said what I've been thinking and kind of saying.
They kind of are. They kind of are. Unless you can get the bigger Home Depots that pay $40 to $50 early in the morning, Yeah, the rest of the day you're fighting for scraps and stuff that fell on the floor, and everybody walked by, looked at it 5 times, and went, "Ew," and you're going,
Yeah.
man, instead of turning on DoorDash and trying to play a game, at least I know I'm getting this amount of money up front.
Yeah.
So in a way, Roadie is better than DoorDash in that
Because of
aspect,
transparency.
but
yeah, I mean, look, any app can win me. The first step to winning me over is transparency. Like, you show me transparency, okay, well, I'll add your app to the mix and we'll watch it for a while and see what offers come around. But if like it's some crappy paying app and it doesn't have transparency, I'm gonna be deleting it very quickly.
yeah,
You know, I'm not gonna screw around with that stuff.
Yeah,
Because
that's the
that
thing.
is where it's just game, and it's
Roadie can snake bite you though. So if you bet on stacking up all those orders and they don't give it to you, and now the orders they gave you don't make sense by themselves with the few they gave you, and they only made sense if they gave you all of them,
right.
then you know.
But that's what Brian was saying, and then he'd just give them back.
Yep, I throw them back. It also depends. Like if I'm sitting in my house and I don't get what I want, I'll throw it back. But if I drove up somewhere to get into a zone, I'm going to take them because I'm up there.
Yeah,
I have to be up there to make money, so it would make no sense to throw them back. But if I'm trying to get stuff from here and I don't get it, and I get that $10 or that $20, I'm not leaving my house to go up for $20.
No, we just said the same thing you said, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Home Depot drops those 5 a.m. ones. So I'm up every morning at 5 doing curry. So I'll have to watch. Like, how long do I have to go get one if I'm doing a curry?
The store doesn't open till 6. So if you get accepted on a gig, don't hit start gig. Wait until the very last possible moment. They'll send you like 2 texts like, hey, you were accepted for a gig, start the gig or you'll get removed. Then hit start gig, and you have like 45 minutes after that to start moving towards the store. Not to be at the store, but to be moving in the direction of it.
Okay.
Here's also the problem. The 2 times that I forgot to hit start gig, they gave me all the text at once, removed me immediately.
God, Jerry, I haven't seen Jerry does DoorDash in a while, and he's from Northern Michigan. He's up in the UP,
but like,
and he's like Roadie's trash where he's at too, and that's smaller than you, Bud Soda Market.
Like, I am really bad, if you want to put it that way, on going to get my roadies because I'm going to find something going out that way. That's what my determination is. And as soon as I get something somewhat close halfway there, then I'll start, heading that direction. As long as you're moving, you click the app once in a while. You can get away with it a lot. Don't push your luck too hard, guys.
Yeah.
App like Roadie, they ain't paying that much anyway. 90% of the time, unless they're big, fat Home Depot orders. So it is what it is. But please be careful. Do not take my advice to heart. I don't want to get someone deactivated off. Well, Bud Soda said it's okay.
You guys agree with this? Is this right? Is Alex right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So it's not just like a you unassigned yourself type deal. You get a 1-star.
If you unassign yourself, not if they unassign you.
Okay, right. Okay.
If you unassign yourself, yes, you get the lower rating. That's why it'll say you'll get a reduced chance of future gigs of this type.
And while we're on that subject, I want to point out how stupid that is, by the way, guys, because that means I've had situations with a lot of apps like this where it's like, yeah, that kind of punishment exists. So you don't unassign yourself. You wait for them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, fine, dude, unassign me then, because I'm not going to screw this up for myself. Takes it like a half hour to do it. Whereas like, why not just let us unassign so you can get it back out quicker?
Because they don't care.
I mean, the only way it makes sense to me is if you're doing it to take another order on the same platform. Then I understand where they'd get mad. Like, oh, you're dropping that roadie because you're picking up this roadie? No. That means you were driving to this one and you saw something better and you said, no, I'll do this instead.
Yep.
And I could see where that screws up logistics. But I mean, like, to me, man, like, once you accept one, just make it so you can't see the other orders till you're done.
As long as you don't hit start gig and something else were to pop up, you could still hit bid on that.
Wait, what did you do to
So
Tony?
you got what?
What'd you do, man?
Yeah, don't be that manipulator like me. I know a lot of tricks. One's an Android trick. Let's just say that. You can't do it on iPhone.
Oh, he was just kidding. He was just kidding.
I know he's screwing me, but I'm just saying in reality.
So yeah, going back to Alex's comment here, guys. Clearly, just don't be an idiot. Don't unassign yourself from it. Curri does the same thing, but they just never really, like, at least to me, I don't find myself in positions where they're unassigning me because I'm beelining it for Curri orders because they're great. So
and the only reason I know about the 1-star, if you get removed from the gig by Roadie, that you won't get a 1-star is because sometimes, like, I've had where I'm picking up from this store, and this store, and as I remove the third store's order from me because they're like, oh, you've taken too long to start moving towards this location. But that will not affect your rating. But if I would have said, hey, I'm not going to that third store now, then it will affect me.
Right. Yeah. I was going to point out, so like on the, on my, so they don't have human reviews yet. I don't know why, but they've had it on the app for a while. But on Curri, so like I have 100% on time, 100% image upload, five stars, and I have a 0 unassignment count. So self unassignment.
Mm-hmm.
So again, type of thing like with Curri, I would never and I tell people with Curri, if you take one, take it. And with Roadie and stuff, I probably would play around a little more. I don't want that anymore. Forget it. And if whatever happened, look, when an app pays that poorly, I'll roll the dice maybe a little more. But when an app is Curri, I ain't screwing around. I take one, I'm taking it.
I had one where I did have to have them unassign me on a Curri because my vehicle broke down en route to the pickup.
Yes.
So, but it was.
But they're gonna let you
get it.
Right. They're gonna also, Curry's all like in the United States, so they're like leaving notes on that, like, hey, this was not his fault.
Yeah, but that was a while ago, so I still have 0 unassigns now because that was actually before the rating.
Yeah, I think, and the nice thing about Curri, guys, I wouldn't ever unassign, and then even 100 Curries later, you'd still have to think about that, even though it says it's only the last 10 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, but like regardless, it says, hey, this is only on your last 10, but I would not do an unassigned and then do 10 deliveries and complete them and go, woof, that went away, because I just have a feeling it doesn't go away. They still know, and they're going to watch you. Yeah, because they don't pay that well, so that you are dropping orders. This isn't DoorDash.
Like that one chick Josh showed you screenshots of.
Yeah.
Hey, I just dropped 4 more today.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
how'd you get 4 offers to begin with? Some days I don't see 4 offers in 3 days if it's raining.
I'll have to make sure I check in the morning though, because I'm always up, and the morning is like my favorite time too. I think I said it on here last week, and I got to say it again, is that like, guys, when I'm taking those early Curries, like I love it, man. There's no cars out on the street. I own the road. There's not even people out, man. Only like weirdos are out at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. It'll take you an hour to get there, but I can do it in 40.
Yeah. I mean, I cruise. There's like, Denver's a slow moving city when everybody gets up and moving around. But when you get out that early, there's nobody out there.
Nobody but me, the cows, and the chickens.
Yeah, like some truckers who are also liking the no traffic and things like that. It's just easy to get around. So I've actually restructured my life to, I used to run bars and get home at 4 a.m. Now I go to bed at like 9 p.m. And it's like, because I got to get up at 4, man. I mean, I stay up a little later if I got things to do, but I really don't stay up super late anymore because I'm on a new schedule to get up at 4:30. And I like it better,
Yeah. When I'm working, I'm in my van at 4:45 in the morning. Wheels are turning.
Yeah, that's how I am too, or at least my alarm goes off at 4:30. I gauge everything from there. What did I accept the night before, or what's going on, but yeah, I mean, Curry's still been good. It had one super slow week for me. I mean, when I say super slow, I was kind of trying to do the math. I probably see, and things have really picked up here. So I probably see. Now, I don't take all these by any means. And sometimes I'm on one, I'll see batches or tons come through, but I probably see 250 to 350 Curry offers a week come through my phone.
You know how
It was
many?
like
I saw one today.
2 weeks ago, I saw 4. The whole week, I was like, what just happened to my app? And then the next week, 275. I mean, that's not even a hiccup, dude. That's something weird. What the hell just happened? Like, I was thinking, did you just onboard a ton of people to a market?
Yeah,
You shouldn't
there
have. Like,
was
what are you doing?
one today, 2 yesterday, and 3 on Monday.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes with Curry, there's just not rhyme and reason. And sometimes it's off the hook jamming and you're like, I'll take all of them, and you can't.
When it's been raining though, so that means all the construction guys have been picking everything up. When they were working, they had everything. If they didn't, hey, it's raining, go pick it up yourself,
Yeah.
So but when it gets nice out and they're like, oh, we forgot this, we don't got time to send Jose over to go pick it up.
Oh, no.
Let's put an order in.
When the weather goes away, because we deal with that too, it's like mass batches of paint. At least for me, like I see 3 times the paint orders that I already see a lot, but I see 3. It's like all the painting crews have been off through the monsoon. It's like you're all coming back, man.
If you can, Steve, ask them if they still have the Sherwin-Williams contract in the Pittsburgh area, because I haven't seen any paint here in months. I see it on dispatch, but I don't see Sherwin-Williams on Curri anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, here they are, so I know it's a national contract. It's not a state by state.
That's weird then.
But it might not be exclusive anymore. Maybe in Pittsburgh. Maybe there's drop off, and some of the other ones are taking a piece now. For a while, they were exclusive. But they picked up a couple more national clients that are just hitting hitting here in Denver, and they're about to go national. So I'm just seeing them for the first time. Like there's one that's an app for last month.
HVAC.
Yeah, have you taken any of those?
No, I've seen them on dispatch.
Yeah, dude. So they pay pretty good. I mean, they
Not
pay
on dispatch.
Yeah. Oh, well, they pay pretty good on Curri because that guy needs that crap. It's like you were saying, they needs it right now. He doesn't have time to send Jose or himself or whoever out to get it because he's like a 2-man team at a house installing HVAC duct, and he runs out of some stuff, and he's like, "Do I waste 3 hours or do I pay $100 to have this guy bring it?"
Yeah, and we'll get it here in 2 hours instead of the 3 it would take me to get there, get
right
back.
But and there's always other things they can do too. It's like they can move to another part of the job and get it done while you're I mean, so I don't know.
They're waiting. Yep.
This is why, again, guys, this is why last mile pays more than delivering, McDonald's.
And if I if I can add something to this conversation, the reason these loads pay so much is so that we don't have to stack them. They are worth it by themselves.
Yep.
Because they're paying for them to be run by themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and that was part of the problem, because I know Brian remembers that we used to be able to stack Curris. And they took that away, and then they brought it back for a minute, and then they took it away again. And it does make sense, I got to say, because at least with paint, all the paint is low jacked. It has a chip in it. And they'll call you. And I'm not talking about Curri. The Sherwin-Williams will call you and go, "Where are you going?" And it's like a new development. So like if you're using the wrong mapping program and you didn't talk to them first, you might be going the wrong way. And they're like, "Dude, you're going the wrong way." And you're like, "How do you know? What the hell, dude?" Like we're GPS tracking that paint, bro. That's like gold. So don't you be like trying to sneak off some of our paint. Like, I don't know, man. It's but I just all these apps I try, every time I fall back in love with Curri. I mean, like the way things are handled, the way things are done, the way payments are made. I remember when Curri said that, look, to get your money the same day, you're going to have to pay this much money. And I think they still do it. Like you have to pay $1. Why would I ever do that? Every day at 11 a.m. They're like, hey, we'll just cash you. If I do some work at 8 a.m., it says, hey, you'll be paid at 11 a.m. Do you need it quicker? No. 11 a.m. is 2 hours from now. I'm fine,
I'm
dude.
I'm good.
But that way it's still free too. Curri likes to cash you out. They don't like holding your money. And I appreciate the hell out of that. I think that I honestly think all apps should have a way to remove your money daily, because we've seen that and it's not even just DoorDash or whatever, every one of them can blow up in your face, have you on some kind of hold, or you're deactivated, and so is your money.
Yeah,
That's why I got the Dash Direct card.
Yeah.
And Dash, boom, got my money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, it could be any app though. It could be Uber. It could be, and if you're like, no, Uber doesn't do that. Yeah, they don't do it until they do. Trust me, guys, that checkbox, and Gary Middleton, I don't know if he's still in here, but he can tell you that checkbox has a lot of rules behind it. That you're like, we used to, Gary and I on Sunday Funday used to joke around that like those checkboxes might say, you're giving away your first daughter to Roadie. Your first female born is ours. Like, what?
Okay, I'll go make her right now. I'll be back.
For a $9 order?
I'll be right back, because you said daughter, not stepdaughter. So there's my caveat, babe. I can go make one, because
I mean, it's just
Roadie wants it.
I don't know. I don't, I was even telling Moves Financial that should be that instead. They're always looking for their different things they can help us with. I said, biggest thing you guys could do is just, because you're a bank, not a cash advance. And there's a big difference, you guys. This is not a cash advance system. I'm not about those. I don't endorse any, and I don't think you guys should use them. They're ripoffs. They're meant to take your money, and they're scams. But you can connect your account to like Moves. And I've told Moves, like, it gives you shares of Uber as you connect your Uber account, and it goes into there and other things. And it does some things, and it can loan you up to $1,000 to fix your car if you're a gig worker, whereas a lot of banks wouldn't do that. But I've told them, man, the biggest thing you could do is like for like a Bud Soda who multi-apps, or all of us who multi-app, every night at midnight, cash out all our apps for free and bring it into the bank. Like that way I don't have to go through what apps did I work. Okay, I'll pay $1.75 to get that. I'll pay $2.25 to get that. I'll pay. You don't have to do all that. Yeah, it would just all be pulled at the end of the night. Like, okay, there's your money.
Spark was excited that the pay for the trip, like just the base pay, is now immediately available after you complete it. It's like they still charge an arm and a leg if you want it right away, though. Holy crud! When I went to cash out, the max you could cash out $800, and it was $20.99 to cash out. Freaking ridiculous.
Okay, so
Uber infant.
I saw that. And next, it's gonna be like what do you call them? The runs that do the sex slaves and stuff, and
Uber trafficking.
Yeah, Uber trafficking.
Stack them and route them.
God, you can literally add anything to Uber. Just add a word after it, even a bad one. It's like, I mean, Uber hitman. Like,
Uber Tetris.
Uber pimp.
Hey, I'm down. I even got a van. I got a mobile.
Being drawn by the donkeys. That's the Uber share.
Uber hooker. Oh, it's surging. It's surging. Are you background checking these people?
Yeah.
Yeah, we use Checker.
Him Daddy G is all right.
Okay, but before we end this, because I do end these on the hour now, so before I end this, on a 0 to 10 scale, both you guys rate Roadie. Not overtime right now today.
Roadie actually is where I make the majority of my money.
Right. Okay, so you're stacking and stuff, so rate it.
So I'd give it a 6.
Okay. Bud Soda, what about you?
I said 6 out of 10 as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll need a little testing to see where I'm at with it. From what I've seen, I would say about a 4, but that's me.
I'm just basing that on the runs I get from the Home Depot that make it worth it, not based on.
Dude, it's also hard to rate it any lower than a 6 if like you said, if it's a big piece of your income. It's hard to, even if it's not the best one, it's hard to come down on that one. It's like DoorDash. You know, everybody hates DoorDash, but we can find out most people in the gig economy make most of their money from it. So they can hate on it all they want, but they love it when it comes to they get paid.
The days that I have to turn on DoorDash is I know it's a bad day because I'm grinding at that point.
Yeah.
My whole energy, my whole demeanor changes.
Yeah, as soon as you have to pull up that.
As soon as I have to pull up, I'm gonna see $3, $2, $4, and I went from picking up $40, $50 orders, stacking them. I'm getting $100 runs, $70 runs, and now I'm getting. You want $5 for 7 miles? No. Can I? Are you gonna give me a 50 to run with it?
So I guess Tony really is deactivated. He was joking about Bud Soda, but he says I'm deactivated from Roadie. So he says he gives it a 0 out of 10. I didn't even know you ever did Roadie, Tony. Tony and I like see each other here and there.
Because you were inactive, or like
he said because of you.
I was inactive for over a year, and I just emailed them and said, "Hey, reset my password." And they were like, okay.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
And a lot of apps are like, no.
Roadie used to stay logged in forever, and now, like, just last summer, they updated it, so you have to log in, like, once at least every 3 days.
Yeah, Tony's is because of inactivity. So... Yeah, Tony, re on board so you and I can compare notes in this market, though, because
they'll
probably let you on right away.
Just say forgot password and reset your password, and that'll unfreeze your account.
Or just, dude, be honest. Call them and say, listen, I stopped using it because it paid crappy, but I had a friend who told me, or a couple friends who told me it's paying even crappier, and there's no way that that's possible. So I just want to see for myself.
No, come on, Steve.
Dude, they'd probably reactivate you. They're working off a book anyway. They're not going to follow all those words. They're going to be like, I don't know what he said. Just
dude, yes. I had someone apply 8 in the evening, and by 6 the next morning, he was activated.
Right.
Telling me they're doing full background bull crap, you know?
Yeah. So,
it took
anyways,
me 10
guys.
days, 11 days to hear back from Uber.
Thank you for joining us from Pittsburgh, from Denver, and from Watertown.
Yep.
We got Watertown in the house. So, Tony, reactivate. And everybody, thank you. And we will see you back here next week. Peace. Where's my outro?
Peace out, everybody.
See you guys.